Assassin's Creed Shadows is the latest entry into Ubisoft's long-running open-world stealth action franchise, taking players to feudal Japan for the first time. Featuring a dual protagonist system, the game follows a skilled shinobi assassin, Naoe, and a powerful samurai, Yasuke, offering distinct playstyles that blend stealth, parkour, and brutal combat. With a richly detailed world, dynamic weather, and deep RPG elements, AC Shadows aims to deliver an immersive historical experience whilst pushing the series forward. Long-time fans have been asking for an Assassin's Creed set in feudal Japan for many years, and it now has arrived. I had high hopes going into this game, and so far it has delivered. This might be Ubisoft's return to form we have all been longing for. A perfect blend of open-world RPG mixed with the original stealth-based games. This is our review of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Our first protagonist, Naoe, has had a battle-hardened life, training in the way of a shinobi by her father, known for their stealth, assassinations, and infiltration. Perfect for the classic approach mechanics, using shadows, rooftops, and of course hay bales to hide from enemies and take them down one by one. On the opposite end of that, Yasuke, who is based on a real historical figure who was brought to Japan as a slave by Portuguese traders, is a fierce, strong, and aggressive samurai. He served under a powerful warlord from the Sengoku period during the Civil War. Obviously, I am no expert on the accuracies of Japan during this period of time, but Ubisoft in my eyes has done a fantastic job of immersing me in this world where every blade of grass and snow-covered tree feels meticulously placed. The world itself feels alive with small cities, towns, villages filled with bandits, traders, farmers, and even animals you can interact with. Come on, how cute is that cat? The narrative is interesting and engaging. It pulls you in whilst it explains what it was like to live at that time. Full of heartbreak and horrors of brutality, there were a few times that I got a little emotional. Also, the honor and justice the characters show when coming together to save their home. The voice acting is good, though I wouldn't say I was blown away by any particular character. There is quite a lot of dialogue which for the most part is interesting and impressive, but I did find myself skipping more and more the further I got into the game. There are occasions though that do really draw me in, and I do listen to the whole scene. I feel like you do get to experience a world many have never stepped foot in and never will, showcasing the beauty that is Japan with its serene landscapes. Enhanced by the changing of the seasons, so you get to walk through the same field with the lush rays of the sun on your back, or a loud thunderstorm with torrential rain flooding your vision, and even covered in a white plain of snow. All of which actually changes the way you navigate through it. As you can see here, as I try and run through the snow, instead of just having specific areas that this one's always snowy, this one's always rainy, it's a nice added level of detail that I appreciate. Now onto the gameplay. This might be my favourite part of the whole experience, and it's most likely yours as well. The combat is a whole load of, well, fun. As I explained earlier with Naoe, it can be easier to traverse through an area using your parkour to hide and assassinate your enemies one or two at a time. She is well trained with a katana, or I'm going to get this pronunciation wrong, kusiragama, and a few other weapons as well. Once I figured out the timing and the dodge or parry, it got a lot easier and more fun to take on multiple enemies at once. You can use your throwing projectiles to take out an enemy from distance with a well-timed headshot, as well as other items like smoke bombs, for example. It is a good balance between taking on an area slowly and sneakily, or fighting an enemy face on if you want. You do pretty good damage, and I was playing on the difficulty level normal, which felt relatively easy to kill everyone around me if I needed to, but there were times which got more difficult. It helps that the enemies don't scale in difficulty. Each area has a different level of difficulty, so once you gear up and level up in one area, then you can go and mow down lower leveled enemies in a few hits. Although when you do enter a more difficult area, you may need to go back to your roots and take them out methodically. Now, Yasuke, on the other hand, is a bit more built for taking on hordes of enemies. Naoe can be killed in 3 to 4 hits sometimes, whereas Yasuke can take a lot more of a pounding. Although not as well versed in the art of stealth and parkour, which can be quite annoying when you just want to traverse over a wall and, well, he just can't do that.
I am fine. This is fine.
But his brute strength shines as he dives headfirst into battle, sometimes even literally as he can charge through doors that stand in his way. His special abilities as well are super fun, and overall I really enjoyed playing Yasuke. Doesn't matter if you have 6 to 7 enemies at once, he just bulldozes through them. And then when you get to the final enemy, he does some gruesome final moves that are awesome. This one in particular. So yeah, basically there is a nice blend between the two characters and playstyles which allows you to try out new ways of playing. Sometimes doing 20 to 40 hours with the same character can become repetitive, but this solves that problem nicely. As you explore the world and complete missions, you will obviously level up, and you'll also find new gear. Each time you level up, you'll be able to add a skill to your skill tree, which will slowly either make your current abilities and passives stronger, or give you new abilities and combos to try out. The gear also holds value as each item has different stats that can increase attributes like max health, adrenaline buildup, and even add poison to an enemy when you hit them with your katana. You can also upgrade your weapons and armor ranks at the blacksmith to enhance those abilities, which is quite nice when you find a weapon you like and you just want to upgrade it. Now, when it comes to quests, be it on the main storyline or side missions, there is an element of exploration you need to do. It doesn't just tell you to go here, then go here. You have to read into each quest a little bit more and use your scouts to help guide you to your next objective. Also, you can just go and explore the areas of where it kind of points you in the direction of, and you might find it yourself. And each quest has pretty decent rewards for your effort to make every quest feel worth it. If you are worried about how you navigate this quite sizable world, you will be happy to know that you can unlock fast travel points. You do have to usually climb up a big building and shoo away an eagle, but it is helpful. You can also move around pretty quickly and easily with a horse that you pretty much get from the start of the game, which is quite nice. Another thing that I will mention quickly is you will have your own camp. You can build new buildings, then upgrade them, which will help you recruit allies to assist you on your journey. This can include scouts that gather intel for you. They can also steal supplies to bring back to the base. You can also build an armory where you can upgrade your gear. There is more to it than this, but I'll let you discover and figure it out for yourself. It is a nice little added feature though. Now, most games these days put a lot of effort into making what is on screen look lifelike and stunningly visual, but I do personally believe Ubisoft nailed it with Assassin's Creed Shadows. I would even say they went above and beyond. I was instantly impressed with how the characters looked and spoke, how the environments were constantly changing with the wind as far as the eye could see, without any drop in performance. I am doing my playthrough on PC, with a 3070 graphics card, a pretty new Ryzen CPU and 64 GB of DDR5 RAM. Nice specs but nothing insane. I can safely say I have had no issues playing it in 2K at 60 frames per second. Able to render mountains in the distance, deer running through a thick forest, all while fighting off a camp filled with 10 plus enemies. Able to precisely time my parries and dodges without facing any drops. I mean, take a look for yourself. The world looks pretty beautiful. When a game makes you stop every so often just to take a look at the stunning landscape as you say to yourself, wow, this is pretty cool, then I think the environment team have done a good job. Now, I'm always a fan of a good soundtrack, which I'm sure many of you are. I strongly believe that in movies, TV, and of course in games, music and sound effects are 50% of the work to strongly immerse you in that world. And in Shadows, the audio elements have been expertly crafted to do just that. There is always the right emotion to the music for every cutscene, or battle, or even when you just discover a new part of the world. It all seamlessly blends into the story, making your heart rip in two sometimes when something sad happens, pops you up when you're fighting a boss, or even keeps you at peace as you're exploring the world. It really does a great job of enhancing your experience throughout. The sound effects are on the same level. Each swing of your katana, it's like you can feel the impact it makes, even though you're just hearing the sounds matched with the visuals. The sound your footsteps make as you struggle to get through the thick snow. I could go on, but you get the idea. There wasn't one time where I felt something was out of place. Assassin's Creed Shadows was definitely a game that we all hoped was going to be a refreshing entry into the series that renewed the love for longtime AC fans, as well as a good way to attract new fans, and I think it has delivered on that and more than most expected. As you may know, it was delayed a few times, but I'm totally fine with that as I haven't seen any problems or bugs of any kind. It's a well-polished game upon release, which, as you know, can be a hard thing to come by these days. It blends all those elements that we love about Assassin's Creed games and delivered on every front, with some new mechanics that work thrown in there for good measure. My only downsides to this game is the dialogue can get a little bit too much to listen to after a couple hours. I did try and pay attention to learn more about what was going on, but I felt myself getting bored a little bit at parts. But hey, that's just me. You might absolutely love listening to every detail. Also, personally, at the start, I couldn't be bothered to look for my objectives all the time, but as you progress, you kind of start to figure it out and it becomes not that bad. I do get that it's supposed to promote the exploration, so it's not the end of the world. I think with games like these, you do just want to get stuck in straight away, but when you actually take a step back and enjoy it from the start, you do learn more as you progress, and the bits that originally annoyed you don't end up annoying you so much. There are a few mini games here and there that can be a bit boring, but they're only a small part of it, and yeah, I wasn't really that bothered. With an interesting storyline, fun and replayable combat, a stunningly looking environment that is all encased inside a well-developed game, there's always a lot of fun to be had, and at the end of the day, for me, that is what matters most. I am giving this game a solid 8 out of 10. These are obviously just my thoughts on the game, so feel free to let me know how you've enjoyed your experience or maybe not enjoyed your experience. I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to support the channel. Until next time.